Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Studemia Linux tutorial class. I am excited to have you all here today. In this tutorial, as promised in my previous video, I am going to show you how to change file and folder permissions in Linux. Understanding these permissions is crucial for managing your system's security and accessibility. So let's dive in and get started. Let me explain to you the file permission and folder. Alright, let us dive deeper into understanding file and folder permissions in Linux. Today we're going to break down how to read and interpret permission settings, building on what we learned in our last video. In our previous session, we saw that the read permission is denoted by R and has a binary value of 4, which you can see as 1 and 0 in binary. Similarly, the write permission is represented by W and assigned the value 2. The binary for this is 0 and 1 and 0. Lastly, execute permission is indicated by X with a value of 1 and 0 and 1 in binary. Now if we add these values, for instance, 4 and 2 and 1, we get 7. So let us apply this understanding to modify permissions using the chmod command, which stands for change mode. For example, we type chmod 7 and 7 lab-sh. What does 7 and 7 mean? The first 7 indicates that the owner of lab.sh can read, write, and execute. This is the maximum level of permission for the owner. The second 7, highlighted in yellow, applies to group members, granting them the same level of access as the owner. The third 7, shown in white, extends these permissions to everyone else in the system. They too can read, write, and execute the file. But what if we do not want group members and others to have these permissions? We can set this using chmod 7 and 0. Here 7 allows the owner full access, while 0 restricts access for group members and others. For read-only permissions for everyone, we use chmod 4 and 4. This setting allows everyone to read the file, but not write or execute it. We can also set permissions selectively. For example, chmod 4 and 0 assigns only read permission to the owner. Similarly, chmod 1 and 0 sets only execute permission. Now let us put this theory into practice. We'll head back to our lab machine and see how we can apply these permission changes to a folder. We'll experiment with different see how they affect access to our lab script and other files. Let's log into Ubuntu machine in the lab. Let us start by confirming our current operating system. I'll do this by typing cat/etsets/os release and hitting enter. As expected, the output indicates we're working on an Ubuntu machine. Now let us proceed to create a folder within the Documents directory. First, I will verify our current location by typing pwd. As shown, we are in the /home/tt user directory. Let us navigate to the Documents directory by typing cd/documents and confirming our location with another pwd command. The output confirms we're in the right directory. Let us create a new folder named lab_class. I will do this using the mkdir command, mkdir lab_class. To verify that the folder has been created, I'll use l-ls. As we can see, the lab_class folder now exists in our directory. Now how do we change the permissions of this folder? Suppose we want to set permissions so that only the owner, which is the DT user in this case, can read, write, and execute. Other users, including those in any groups, should not have these permissions. We will use the chmod command for this. chmod 7 and 0 lab_class. This command sets the permissions so that only the owner has full access. Verifying with l-ls, we can see the permissions have changed. Now it shows 700, indicating that the group and other users do not have any permissions. Let us modify it again. This time, we'll set it to 7 and 5 by typing chmod 7 and 5 lab_class. This command allows the owner to read, write, and execute, while the group and others can only read and execute. We can verify this change again with l-as. The output now shows 7 and 5. You can also change permissions by giving only execute rights. In another way as well, let's see. For example, using chmod u+x, you can add execute permission specifically for the user. This flexibility is what makes Linux file management so powerful. Do not just watch but actively practice these commands. Experiment with different permission settings to get a real feel for how they work. And remember, for more insightful and easy-to-follow Linux tutorials, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Stay curious, keep learning, and turn these lessons into hands-on experience.